Before the paper, I knew they would say, and I knew by the looks on their faces. Niggas mad cause I did what they wouldn't do, say what I couldn't do. Look, bitch, I made it. I made it. Came a long way from the basement. Body on me, I ain't playing, y'all. These niggas ain't playing fair. If I would've known better, I'd do better. Took some mess and I learned from a new level. Bought some new shovels and some new stressors, and I'm ready for war like whoever. They counted me out, I can't count it all. Cause little nigga, I ball. I put them points on the board every time that I shoot, I'ma score, and you know I'm a dog. I'm really appalled, don't need no applause. I know I'm a legend, my name on the wall. First record with platinum, my second with gold. Did it independent, no deal at all. And they said it's impossible. Got them high cause I did them without them though. I'm the same nigga slept on the carpet floor. Even back then I knew that I'd be poppin', so I really ain't trippin'. I swear I ain't trippin'. I got in my feelings and got me a million. Couple people I thought would be with me, but they not, so it's fuck all them niggas. And then you next. Who you got tomorrow, man? Money, who you got tomorrow, man? Now? Oh, hold on. Probably can hear me now, though, right? Can't hear me now? You can't hear me now? Good. Okay. I was just making sure, man. Damn, I'm about to say, what the hell going on? That's crazy. Good, man. I'm glad, man. What we thinking about tomorrow, man? Turn some of my cords down. What we thinking about tomorrow? No, we got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Listen, man, boots. Boots. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know. Said Boots by KO. Woo. I don't know, man. We're going to have to find out about that one. We're just going to have to see. Dame Father said Boots late stoppage, bad weight cut for Zayas. Damn, he said bad weight cut. That's crazy because I keep seeing everybody say that, but he ain't look weight trained to me.
He ain't look weight trained to me. But then again, it's all about who you listen to. You know, people be coming up with all these hypotheses, these theories and stuff like that. But he ain't look weight trained to me the whole week. So I mean, it's obvious he lost weight. I mean, that's obvious. But hey, weight train and all this other stuff going on. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about that, brother. But you know, to each his own. Everybody got an opinion. Did what I'm saying. I can't knock nobody's opinion. Who am I to knock anybody's opinion? You know what I mean? That I ain't gonna do. I ain't gonna knock nobody's opinion because again, to me, he look good. To me, that's just me. I ain't see no weight cut, no issues, no none of that. Mm. I ain't see none of that. I ain't see none of that. So first of all, man, we just gotta salute both of these fighters for even taking. I'm gonna salute both of these fighters. Both of these fighters didn't have to take the fight. You know what I mean? Um, Xander Zayas, on his behalf, from what they were saying, that he had, top rank wanted to go a different way anyway, but he insisted. Speaking of Xander Zayas, that he wanted to have this fight. He wanted to see where he was at, and you can't do nothing but commend that. Now, Boots, on the other hand, uh, it was time for him to have this fight. Um, you know, if you ask me, it was time for Eddie Hearn to deliver. Um, in which I feel like Eddie Hearn hasn't delivered the fights that the people, the mass majority, wanted to see when Boots signed with him. Because of course, when he was on PBC, quote unquote, nobody wanted to fight him. But I do know there was some talks for sure, and I want to say this was like 2023, where he was still messing around with PBC and definitely could have fought Bud Crawford for sure. Um, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I I know, right? I know. But I just feel like this. I feel like Boots. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a great fighter. I think he's one of those guys that at 35-0 that has to still prove himself. And the reason being is because the opponents. Now, I'm going to say what nobody else is going to say. Um, Same thing I've been saying. When nobody was talking about Boots Ennis, and this is before I think Boots was like 28-0, probably 27-0 or something like that, somewhere around in that range. And I was saying that if there's one fighter that could upset the apple cards between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, and there was only one to me at the 147-pound division during that time. There was one person that was just coming through the ranks, and I've been had my eye on Boots Ennis, and I was saying that hey, yeah, we got Bud Crawford and Errol Spence getting ready to potentially fight each other, but if there was one fighter who could upset those apple cards, it would definitely be Boots Ennis, and I remember me saying that for a long period of time. Now, it may still be in the archives. It may not. I don't know. I did have to delete some things uh, prior to my page for a while ago, maybe like 2, 3 years ago, sometime now. But I had to delete some things, whatever, because YouTube was tripping. But I've been saying that repetitively throughout the years. Um, and of course, I kept watching Boots. I kept watching him, and I just wanted to see him go to a different level. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I just haven't seen Boots Ennis go to a different level. I want to see him prosper. I want to see him go to a different level, but I have to say what nobody else is going to say. When I look at his resume, I understand he's looked phenomenal against all these fighters. When you look at a guy like his last opponent, Lima, when you look at the guy before he fought Lima, Stanionis, when you look at a guy before he fought Stanionis, who was it? Either Villia or Karen, right? I'm going to exclude Karen right here. I'm going to exclude Karen right here. Sergey Lipiex, Custio Clayton, Thomas Delarme. Who else? I'm going to exclude Karen on this. Romain Villia. Who else? Avanesian. And there's one more I'm missing. I'm missing somebody else. I can't think of who I'm missing, but I know I'm missing somebody else. But anywho, you look at those fighters, and it's about 6 of them outside of Karen. They all got one thing in common. Stanionis, that's what I'm missing. They all got one thing in common. They got one thing in common. Between all those fighters I just named, they got one thing in common. Can anybody guess that one thing in common between those 6 fighters I just named? Can anybody guess what those things are in common? I see people scratching their heads through the computer screen. I see people scratching their heads. Well, the thing that those fighters all have the same is they come forward, don't move their head, so they're there to get hit. They're there to get hit. Now, when Boots left 47 to go to 54, and it took him almost a whole nother year, almost. It almost took him a whole nother year to get a fight at 154. He went to 154 Juneteenth of 2025. It took him almost a whole year. I think Boots just fought, February, March of this past year, and he's getting ready for a second fight this year, right? With that being said, now it was only one person who was going around saying, I'm going to say one person. It was a couple people saying that Boots is looking for the perfect fight. And I kind of felt like, maybe it's not, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But when you go back and look at what they all have in common, yeah, it looked like he was looking for the perfect fight for 54. Now, ironically, the same thing that Bill Haney said on $1 Million Worth of Game is almost the same shit that I said to him. Boots and everybody else, this bad motherfucker. Boots is supposed to come up and got straight to the business. Fighting Lima for what? I didn't understand that move. Boots could have fought anybody coming to 154. Anybody coming to 154. I'm more certain that anybody would have fought Boots at 154, whether it was for a payday or not. I'm more than certainly sure that anybody would have fought Boots Ennis coming to 154. I mean, if you look at it, he got the advantages. Any fighter at 154 is his first fight at 154. They want to get paid, Anybody he could have fought to get in the top 10 within those ranking systems at 154. Although he had the belt, so he could have fought anybody who was ranked in those at 154. Yes, tried to get the fight done with Virgil. We all know how it happened. But hey, there's other fighters besides Virgil at 154. Could have came right to the smoke. Could have got You know you got to get your feet wet. No. Get your feet. See, and that's the problem I have, money. That's the problem I have. Get your feet wet. No, everybody said this boy is special. If I'm gonna hold everybody to the same standard. Now I'm not saying Boots. Like I said before, I was one of the first people saying that if it's anybody who could upset the apple cards between Bud and Earl coming up at 147, it could be Jaron Boots Ennis, right? But when you come to 154, almost a whole year later, and you fought somebody like Lima, when you could have fought anybody in the 154-pound division about getting your feet wet, everybody say he's special. Everybody say he's special. That's what everybody say. Am I right or am I right? Everybody say he's special. Everybody say he's special. So if he's special, we want to demand and we want to see him get busy right then and there. My boy, Tay Breezo, what's good with it? What's up, Tay Breezo? What's happening? What's good with it? What's good with you, bro? I understand getting the feet wet. I totally understand getting the feet wet, right? But when you special, fans say he's special. He's special. He's special. Boots do this. Boots gonna do that. I understand. But from my point of view, I want to see it. I want to see Boots go to a different level. Because if he's special, he's special. I understand that. But you're just coming in the chat. You're just talking. Again, that's your opinion. I have mine as well. I got mine as well. Like I said before, he's special. I was one of the ones who said he could have upset the apple cart. But if you're special, hey man, we coming to 154 right now. We getting straight to the business. We're getting straight to the business. It was no reason to come to 154 and fight Lima. It wasn't no reason to. So you wasted damn near what? From fucking Juneteenth to March or February when they fought, you wasted damn near what? How many months is that? 8-9 months? Just to fight Lima? Appreciate your rare breed. And now you're talking. That's all I'm saying. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Hey, and I'm not taking nothing away from Boots. I'm just saying that what everybody else say. When I look at Twitter X, I see people say, "Oh, he's special. Oh, he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that." Well, goddamn. Maybe Eddie knows something we don't know. Maybe Eddie Hearn maybe he feel different. Now Eddie do talk a good game. Eddie talk a hell of a game. Eddie Hearn talk a hell of a game. Be lying like a motherfucker, but he talk a hell of a game. He do what he's supposed to do, which is promote, right? You can't say he don't promote because he does promote. He be lying like a motherfucker, but but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, so we hearing we passed that tape. We hearing I don't care about past. Again, that's what you care about. I don't care about that. I'm stating out the facts. Like I said before you came through the door, before you forgot to wipe your feet at the front door. I'm telling you what I think. What I think. I think he's a great fighter. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him do this. But when I look at his resume, it don't tell me that. And I want to ask anybody in the chat, how does his resume reflect what people say? People would say he's special. He can do this, he can do that. But when you look at guys like Cussio Clay, Thomas Delorme, Sergey Lipinets, Romain Villa, Lima, Stanionis, all those guys come forward, don't move their head. Of course you're going to look special right there. Of course. Of course. Now that I got that out of the way, let's jump to Karen. When we look at the Karen fight, we look at Karen first fight. This is why I tell people when I was going live every single day, pumping them out, I was telling people, hey, man, go look at the build up to the fights. Go look at different interviews. One thing I noticed is that people were saying that Karen was running, and I totally agree, right? I totally agree. But what I don't agree with is people saying that, oh, he's a runner. All he do is run. Well, if you've watched Karen Shaduka Young, whatever his name is, right? If you watched him fight before, you knew in that fight that that's not how he really fight. You knew that. But if you watched the build up to it, you knew he was training to maneuver around the ring. That's something that we knew if you watched. Now, anybody can get on this motherfucker and talk that shit, but are you truly watching? So I watched Karen train specifically that way for that fight. Now, how they didn't know that Karen was going to be moving and maneuver around. Now, I'm not saying that, every time you watch something, oh, that's specifically what they're going to do. But you do get a hint here and there, like, oh, okay, I see what they we seen that little clip, boom, boom, boom. And trust me, these fighters be checking out each other's social medias. They watch the little 24/7s. They watch this stuff. If they tell you they don't, they lie. Somebody on the team done seen it, ran back, tell that type shit. Somebody done seen it. I don't watch no film. Oh, I haven't been worried about him. Well, obviously, because it did look like he wasn't worried about him that fight. Fast forward to the second fight. When you fast forward to the second fight, now it was definitely a much better job than the first fight. But this time around, Karen boxed and moved. He boxed and moved, fought almost like himself, right? Almost like himself. Not like he's fought the previous fighters that he's fought before, but he fought almost like himself. So when he fought almost like himself, it still was mediocre job by Boots. And the reason why I'm saying that is this, because outside of Karen and those other 6 fighters that I named, nobody's seen a Boots fight outside of that. Everything else was, local fights here or maneuvering over there until Steven Espinoza picked him up and brought him over to Showtime. So nobody really knew or saw Boots fight up until that time. Unfortunately, I seen him fight on club shows because that's the level I was fighting on at the time. So I seen him fight a couple times. I knew he was a good motherfucker. Before Steven Espinoza even brought him over to Showtime. I'm just saying I want to see him go to a different level. That's all I'm saying. I don't have a good measuring stick. Now, I saw the flamboyancy. I saw the flashiness. I saw the hand speed. I saw some of the combinations, the switch, southpaw to orthodox. I saw it. But it was also against a motherfucker who's going to stand right there in front of you, too. Oh, he styled on Villian. That was called fighter fan-friendly fighting. It was. It's just the truth. Fighter-friendly fighting. Fan-friendly fighting. That's what it was. Showmanship. Boots has the charisma. He just started talking a little bit more. You seen that this week. That was one of my things. One of my things that I held against Boots was Eddie was doing all the talking for him. But in America, we all, in America, most of us already know Eddie, he'll tell. If you tell Eddie the sky blue, he gonna say that bitch red. Y'all know I ain't lying. A couple of us, we done already went through this. But again, Boots, The showmanship that he showed against those fighters, he was supposed to show. He was supposed to show. Now, when it comes to Xander Zayas on the other end, and I gave Xander Zayas against Sergey Lipiets. I gave Xander Zayas against Thomas Delorme, Custio Clayton, Stanionis, Romain Villia, Lima, and Karen. Now, unfortunately, I feel like Zayas beat those guys too. One, because all those guys came up from 140 pounds, which I ain't heard not one person talk about that. So yes, if I'm not moving my head, I'm standing right there in front of you, and I'm coming up from 140 pounds. Yes, I expect you to beat the devil shit out of them. I expect that. I'm just being honest, man. And I'm speaking on what I heard nobody say. Remind yourself, I ain't even been on YouTube. I just been watching what everybody else said. And I'm just sitting back like, damn, how is nobody else mentioning this shit when I'm looking. Did we forget that these guys came up from 140? Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna get on the Zayas ass too. I'm just looking at it like, hey man, when is somebody gonna say, hey, Boots has been special against these fighters, but we also want to say we want to see him go to the next level. Is this fight against Xander Zayas, is that the fight that's supposed to take him to the next level? I say yes. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I gauge Xander Zayas against those guys, I think Xander Zayas beat anybody who coming up from 140 or a class below them. He's a big dude. Remind yourself, Xander Zayas started at 147 pounds, abruptly moved up within a year. His first fight at 154 was here in Atlanta on Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring undercard. That was in 2021. Now here we are 5 years later, 2026, where he's potentially looking like he's going to move to another weight class. Now, I hear the people say that they had a bad weight cut at this, and third. I didn't see that. I didn't see his face looking scrawny. I didn't see anything. Unless people are out in Brooklyn, they seen him walking around, which I ain't seen not one picture floating around. But how the hell is everybody making these assumptions with these videos and saying that he's weight drained? I have no clue. Now, my brother Keon, I heard him say, or not heard him say, but he has said, bro, they already trying to build in, excuses for Xander Zayas. No, we don't want no excuses. No, we don't want no excuses. No, we don't want no excuses. We want what we saw. I saw Xander Zayas. Good. I thought it was good. It's obviously, it's very, very, very visible he lost weight. Very, very visible he lost weight. But I think that was with any fight. We didn't see him on the scale looking skeleton, He hasn't looked like, even when Devin was, I think he was fighting at 35 35. When he fought Lomachenko, how fragile he was, right? Or Frank Martin, when he looked terrible against, on the scale against Tank, or, I'm just using examples. He didn't look like that. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see some bone dents. You're losing weight. You're going to see some bone, but it didn't look like that. It didn't look like that, not one bit. So I don't understand. Hey, everybody got an opinion, and hey, I can only speak my truth from what I saw, and there's a ton of people on Twitter because I tweeted it out. A ton of people on Twitter that agree. There's people in the chat right here agree as well. So I didn't see a bad weight cut. Said that's what I want to hear. So this is the fight that Boots to show who he is. Yeah, because again, when I measure Xander Zayas against those guys who's coming up from a different weight class to fight him, I see him walking through him. Maybe not in the same fashion that Jerron Boots did it. Again, he has a fan-friendly style, something that we want to see. That's why people are attracted to him. Boot's going to attract people to him because of how he fight and the way he does it, right? And I ain't got no problem with because I love showmanship. You know, like when Roy Jones was fighting, I kind of made like a similarity because they both have. If you ask me, when they fight, they have some some showmanship, and Boot showed that against those type of opponents what he was supposed to do. Now you better be beating these little kids' ass because me seeing Boots in person a couple times, he ain't a little dude either. About good 5'11", about a good 5'11", and at the time I seen him, he probably 160, 165, right? No, of course when they get fight time, he get a lot smaller, but he eat, and I know he had the rule for the belt that he had, the IBF, where he could, couldn't rehydrate, still had to have the next day weigh in, right? But he doesn't have that now. Even in the Stanionis fight, he looked good. If you ask me, I don't see a difference from the way he looked from the Stanionis fight until now. Him weighing in at 153 today just tells me that this is probably the best weight class for him. Maybe the way his body is structured, he is, a good 5'11". He's going to have that extra weight on him. He's going to have the extra weight on him. Is that Wookie Wook? What's good with you? Xander's young and can get away with cutting weight and bouncing back. Absolutely. He's only 23 years old. Absolutely. And that was another thing that I was thinking in my head. Like, hey, we're not talking about a guy who's 26, 27. It might be a little tougher then, but he's 23. he barely got hair on his nuts. No homo. You know what I mean? I'm with you on that. Don't give them excuses. Yeah. No, we don't want no excuse now. We don't want no excuse now. No, we don't want that. Now Xander Zayas, man. When I look at his resume, there are some things that I am intrigued with. I remember when he first went up to, well, of course, his first fight at 154 was here in Atlanta, but he fought, and I actually thought he was going to lose his fight. And you guys might laugh, but it's at the time Quincy, his name was Quincy. I can't pronounce his last Laveles. I think that's his name. But he was 12-2-1. And honestly, I felt like that was a fight that Xander could possibly lose. That's what I thought. But Xander made easy work of it. I said, oh. And I wish I can go back to that live when he fought Quincy. I said, oh. I thought that was going to be a nail biter. Based on knowing Quincy already had some tough fights before he fought Xander. Then he went and fought Venezuela. He had the experience. Venezuela fought some tough guys. I said, oh, this might be one of those ones where he ended up stopping Venezuela. I said, oh, okay. He's growing. Then I started understanding what some of the guys from Top Rank were saying about him. Like, oh, okay. So Xander grew on me. I never just thought he was cake like everybody think he is. I never thought he was cake. But I said, okay, let me just keep watching. Then he fought Patrick Teixeira. That's when I said, oh, okay, maybe Top Rank wasn't wrong. Maybe he had to just fill out a little bit more. Maybe he had to grow in 154 a little bit more. Because you got to remember, that was only like his third or fourth fight in 154. And at that time, he was every bit of 19, 21, 22 years old. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it from that standpoint. He's still young, still growing. He got a lot to learn. And he only kept getting better. comparing Xander Zayas to Karen Chikaduzian, I think that Xander Zayas is light years ahead of Karen Chikaduzian. I think he's light years ahead of that. I feel as if Xander Zayas can do 10 times better than what Karen can do. Karen can move around the ring very well. I think Xander Zayas got some good feet on him too. I think he can move around the ring too. Just Do Boxing, what's good with your brother? What's going on? What's happening? Yes, sir. What's good? You know what I mean? So I think Xander is light years ahead of Karen Chikaduzian. I don't want to keep saying his last name. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to keep messing it up. But I do feel like he's light years ahead of him. I do think that he can box 10 times better than Karen. I think he has, I'm not going to say think, I believe he has more pop than Karen. I think he has more pop than Karen. I think he's a great body puncher. I think he's a great body puncher. I think he's an excellent body puncher. And I think that part of Xander Zayas' game is where people may not be looking as deep into. I think he's an excellent body puncher. I really do. The way he set it up, the way he's in and out from getting hit, right? Now, people make a lot of I think people give Boots a lot of grief when they say he get hit too much. It's boxing. Yes, I know Boots get hit, right? But it's boxing. I don't think Boots would get hit with shit that he don't think that he wouldn't feel comfortable in, right? Now, one thing I do know about Boots, and I want to give, I'm not fighting. I don't give a fuck, right? One thing I know about Boots is when he's getting touched up, and I've seen it in a couple fights, when he's getting touched or he's getting touched up just a little bit, not saying getting beat up, but just getting touched. He liked to look over to his father and start smiling. He liked to smile in the crowd. I've seen it a couple times. Now people are going to say, oh, you tripping? No, I'm not tripping. Go look for yourself. Go watch, right? He look over to his father. And in one of those fights, you hear his dad say, boy, stop smiling. You hear Bosa say, boy, stop smiling. When Boots get touched a little bit, I'm not going to say the game plan go out the window, but kind of get, sidetracked from hearing Pop's voice a little bit. I done seen it in 2 different fights. And they was in the Karen fight. So I think Boots. Now, here's the funny part about this, right? I see a lot of people has come in here and stated that Boots. It's crazy that you said I have Boots winning by a body shot. Hey, I understand. DJ D's, what's good with you? Underground posse. Man, my fault, man. I'm trying to talk and look at this. I ain't did this shit in a long time, man. Forgive me. Just do. What's up with you? Now, I hear a lot of people saying, hey, Boots gonna win by knockout. Boots gonna stop this. He gonna do this and da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, I'm gonna be devil advocate right here, right? I'm gonna say this. A lot of people overlooking Xander Zayas. A lot of people are looking over Xander Zayas. And I'm not talking about Boots. I'm talking about his fans. I'm going to tell you how I know. Boots done found fucking Boo Boo Andre. We ain't seen Boo Boo Andre since fucking David Benavidez. We ain't seen Boo Boo Andre, Demetrius. We ain't seen him. in some years. We ain't seen him in some years now. We ain't seen him in some years. And he just abruptly pops up out the corner. This is the first time, and this is why I say I like what Boots has been doing this camp, because this is the first time that you've got to see Boots really train. I seen fucking Boots running in fucking water. I seen Boots hitting those mitts like he had to take out some trash and he didn't want to because Pop made him do it. I see Boots with all the top sparring in the world right now. See, his fans, Boots gonna knock him out. Boots gonna do this. Boots gonna do that. On the other end of it, Boots training like shit. Like his life depending on it. Boots training like his life depending on it. He brought Boo Boo. He brought, I forget the other two guys' name. They was familiar. I just can't think of their name on top of my head. He brought those guys in. Seen Boots running in water. You seen Boots lifting some weights, the strength conditioning. We ain't never seen that much inside capital with Boots. And we damn sure, ain't seen that type of top-notch spar. So his fans will say, oh man, it's a cakewalk. Now I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about over here. I'm talking Money say the level raised, so you have to put that work in. But Money, you realize that. But the diehards don't realize that. They was already saying, oh man, he fighting Xander. That's gonna be an easy fight. Shit. If it was gonna be that goddamn easy shit, Boots wouldn't have been running no goddamn water. Boots wouldn't have had Boo Boo and Drayden Count. Boots wouldn't have had the other two, I forget. I'm trying to think of their names, but the other two guys in camp. Everybody been going through camp. Everybody been up there. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Boots been beating the shit out of those boys because those same guys he had in camp, one of the guys just lost the other week. And they was hyping it up. Man, he was in camp with Boots. They had a great camp, and woo, 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 woo. He get in the ring and fucking lose. Now, how is it that his fans think it's gonna be a cakewalk, but Boots had a dreadful camp? Anytime you're training like that means you taking that opponent very, very serious. Now, on the other end, now I just got the info from, Zayas only because my brother and Zayas are very, very cool. My brother and Zayas are very, very cool. So Zayas been getting some work in too. He just haven't posted about it. A lot of people said that Zayas was going through a fat count. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. A lot of people say, oh, he's just having a fat cap. He's big, this. Now, you only heard people saying, oh, he's just this big. He bigger than Boots, man. He just having a fat cap. You only heard that when you saw the size of his Zayas. Me on the outside looking in, you guys got to remember, I was just watching everybody else. I'm just sitting back observing everybody else channel. I'm just telling you what I was looking at, when I'm looking in the chats, when I'm looking, when I'm looking in the chats, when I'm looking at, YouTube and everybody else channel, I'm seeing what everybody else input in. Maybe people could put me up on game. I'm just telling you what I saw. Now I get a chance to come and express what I saw and regurgitate what other people were saying and put it all together. It don't look like what people were saying. Boots stopping him in the fourth with a body shot. Now, one thing I do want to say is this. Every time it's a big fight, because this is a big fight, whether people want to realize it or not, because tomorrow, I'm going to tell you, those Puerto Ricans, those Dominicans, those Mexicans, they all going to come together in that Barclays for Xander Zayas. Philly, a couple hours away, they're going to go all the way down to the Barclays in New York. It's going to be electric. It's going to be electric for sure. It's gonna be electric for sure. DJ, what's up, brother? It's gonna be electric. That's for sure. It's gonna be electric. So I don't know what everybody else is saying or everybody else is doing, but it's gonna be electric for sure. Both of these guys have been on the big stage. Both of these guys has fought for belts. Former, current. One is looking to say and new. The other one's looking to stay and still. I think that this fight goes the distance. Because I'm going to tell you, as much as people want to believe that this is going to be a cakewalk with Xander Zayas over here, as much as people want to believe that, I just hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think this fight can go down to the wire. I think Xander Zayas is coming to put it on the line. Now, make no mistake. Make no mistake. Xander Zayas know what the hell he got in front of him. And as far as we can see, despite everything else that I've said about the opponents that Boots fought, in those fights, he's looked like they kill him. Outside the Karen fights, he's looked like they kill him. Zayas know what the fuck he got in front of him. Believe that. Believe that. He know what the fuck he got in front of him. Make no mistake. By any means necessary, he know what he got in front of him. Wookie said, we walking through this, boy, mark my words. Hey, we gonna see. I think that this fight can go down to the wire. I also believe that this fight can go either way. I really do. And the reason why I say that, right now, I'm rooting for my brother. Let's be clear. I'm rooting for my brother. I want my brother to win. And on the opposite hand, I'm not naive that Xander Zayas can win too. And the reason why I say that is because, again, bringing everything together. Based off what I've seen from Boots, knowing that he had guys coming up from 140 to fight him at 147, knowing that he had at least 6 opponents out of his last 10 that all fought well, I'm not going to say 6 opponents out of his last 8, all had the same style. I haven't seen but one fighter outside of those 6 that Boot has fought with a different style. Now, I can't talk about the other fights that I've seen him before everybody started seeing him on national TV, because you guys didn't see him. You guys didn't see him. Do I think that Zayas does better than Stanionis? Absolutely. Xander, I mean, absolutely. He don't do nothing but stand right in fucking front of you. Absolutely. DJ, man, you know you didn't have to, brother, but I appreciate your family. He said, I think people are asleep on that Tucker versus Sendo fight. It may be the best fight on the card, the main event, outside the main event. But, bro, look, I was going to get there. Because I was getting ready to wrap it up with that. But I do think that Boots, first of all, I believe, no matter what anybody else say, I believe that the fight goes a distance. I do believe there will be vulnerable times in the fight on both sides. Maybe or maybe not. I can be wrong. I believe that Boots, at some point during the fight, will start looking like the 147-pound Boots with the showmanship, showboating, things of that nature. But I also feel as if Xander Zayas will get that crowd behind them and get them going too. So I think it's gonna mesh well for a good fight. I think both of these guys' style mesh well, and it could potentially end up in the shootout just because of these guys' style. I know Boots can flip from southpaw to orthodox, and I know Xander Zayas, believe it or not, has some good feet. He can maneuver in and out. He can box around the ring. He can set up his punches. He can run you into stuff, and he's an excellent, formidable body puncher for sure. He's an excellent body puncher. Will it slow down Boots? I don't know. Right? I don't know. I really don't know. And I can only say I don't know because of the opponents that they've had. I don't know. But I do feel like it goes the distance. I think people are not giving Xander as much credit as he should be receiving. I honestly feel like that. Even though we've seen Boots dog walk people. And I've always been a big fan of anytime you got somebody in front of you that's not supposed to be in front of you, fuck it, take out the trash. And that's exactly what he's done. Is Xander Zayas one of those guys? I don't know. I think that Xander Zayas is 10 times better than Ken Chukaduzian. I believe that 1,000%. 1,000%. I believe that. So it's going to be interesting to see. I know a lot of y'all got it by knockout. That's fine. I just believe every time we see a big fight, I'm going to say every time, but majority of the time we see a big fight, everybody yelling knockout. And of course, and Boots talking about knocking out, I don't want Boots to get in there to go looking for the knockout, because you go looking for the knockout 9 times out of 10, you don't get the knockout. And that's just the truth. Somebody stop me when I'm lying. I don't want Boots to go look for a knockout. I don't, because I'm gonna have to plug my computer in. I don't want him to go looking for a knockout, because a lot of times those guys go looking for knockouts, you don't get it. But DJ said, let me get my charger. Give me a second. DJ said the fight of the night on the card could be Jahan Tucker versus Sendo. It's crazy because I was just telling my guy Gritty. Well, I was just talking to my guy Gritty about that fight. I was just talking to my guy Gritty about that fight. And when I was talking to Gritty about that fight, I like Jahan Tucker. But again, I've been on record talking about Jahan Tucker as well. Jahan Tucker has, and again, it's been a while since I've seen him fight, right? So he could have gotten better. A lot of times, I don't think that Jahan Tucker knows his. I don't think Jahan Tucker knows. B Pugilist in the building. What's good with you? People tend to forget or simply don't know Boots has either better pedigree, as he was an elite amateur, Olympic alternate. He has it. He comes from a boxing family, his kids. And I understand. I'm not sure if he was here the whole time, be pugilist. I totally understand that. But that's also easy to say when you're fighting guys that's coming up from 140 to 147. It's also easy to say when these guys are standing right in front of you. At least 6 of those guys that I've named off stood right in front of him. The only guys that didn't stand right in front of him was Karen Chukaduzian. And that's the truth. I'm just stating what everybody else been scared to say. Again, I was probably one of the first people who was talking about Boots could upset the apple cars if he had a chance against Earl Spence or fucking Bud, back when they was doing their little thug thizzle. But if I gotta keep it a bean, and and really say what nobody else gonna tell you, or people maybe you want to know or you don't want to know, but it's the truth. Those guys came up from 140, but the catch 22 to that is when you have him trash in front of you, take it out, and that's what he's done. He styled, profiled, and had his way with those guys like he was supposed to do. But don't give me enough thrill, thrive to push a narrative, and I'm not gonna do that. And I just think that this fight right here is one of those meaningful fights with a guy like Xander Zayas, who's not gonna stand in front of you, who's not gonna move his head, and who's not coming up from a different weight class to fight. This is one of those fights. This is going to put Boots over the edge, over the top. This is where people can officially say that Boots is special. This is going to be the fight where people can say Boots is that guy. He's that animal. He's like that. He's that deal. Unfortunately, people who haven't really looked at everything not going to tell you that. But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Now, a lot of people might say, man, I didn't even know those guys came up from 140. I would have liked Boots to come 154 and got straight to business, got straight to work. But he didn't. He fought another style guy stylistically, just like the rest of them that was at 47. And it's just the truth. But again, he did what he was supposed to do with those type of styles in front of him. Now we get a chance to see Boots with a guy who don't fight like those guys, who's not coming up from a different weight class, who's not going to stand in front of you, who's not going to move his head. I mean, who's going to move his head, right? It's just the truth. And unfortunately, that's some people's favorite fighter. He's damn sure one of my favorites. I was one of the first people talking about him, right? But you gotta put people on that. You gotta put people on game. It's just the truth. He might have won every round against Karen, but so you don't think he looked bad the first fight? Now, if you sit here and tell me he didn't look bad the first fight, then shit, I already know I already know we ain't gonna see eye to eye. We shouldn't even be talking to each other. I'm just gonna be honest. Shit. God, I know for a fact that a couple days later when he went back to the gym, he asked Mac Truck at the time Mac Truck was in his gym how he be cutting off the ring. So obviously, But Sendo is Jahad Tucker. What I was saying about Jahad Tucker, man, they be putting Tucker in some tough fights, man. It's a good and a bad thing. Because when I first seen Jahad Tucker, outside of him sparring down here in Atlanta, right? When I first seen him, I said, "Oh damn, this kid gonna be pretty damn good." I said, "Damn, this." What's up, sis? Yes, indeed, boss. What's up with you? TD in the building was good. Michael Ray, what's going on? When I first seen Jahad Tucker, I said, "Damn, this boy gonna he gonna do a little something. He gonna do it. He gonna do a little something." But the reason why he's been battle tested is because of what he be saying. Now he's a hood dude from New York. If you know anything about New Yorkers, They got a lot of mouth. And it's not all of them, but majority of them talk aggressively. And he was calling Xander Zayas' name. I just don't think Top Rank took that very well. And the reason why I say that, because right when he said his name after one fight, guess what? They put him in another hard fight, and that's when he lost. But it wasn't that he lost. It's that Jahad Tucker, in some fights, he have mishaps. Like, it's like with the mishap, what I mean by that, he laps. Like, he get off track of what he's doing. He has like a mental lapse. And I've seen it in damn near almost every fight. Now, I don't think I've seen his last fight. I think he fought on what's the boy name? The boy that was with Tank. I forget his name. He fought on that card. I do remember him fighting on that card, but I didn't see that fight. The fight where he lost. He had a mental lapse in that fight. Even after he came back from a loss, he had a mental lapse in that fight. The fight after he fought the guy he called out as Xander Zayas, they put him in the ring with the guy who's a Xander Zayas stablemate, because I believe they train at the same gym. He rocked him in the first round. It was the first or second, and I thought that was going to be the end of him too. Said, no, you're a boxer just like me, and you know that other fighter got something to say. Now, for sure, you should have something to say. I think Truck Simpson fight, absolutely. Truck Simpson, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But again, I want to see Boots succeed. I want to see him go to another level. I just don't think he has been. I don't think Boots has been to another level simply because he's been fighting the same stylistically fighters. So, Jahad Tucker, don't get me wrong, he's a hell of a fucking fighter. I mean, to be battle tested, to do what you're doing against those guys, you battle tested. But he always in every fight. Go look at it. Go look at the fights yourself. Even the fights before he started getting battle tested, he was having mishaps in those fights. And I thought I was tripping, but I wasn't. I think Tim Bradley, and I don't agree with everything Tim Bradley say, right? I think Tim Bradley, when I did turn on the screen and hear him talking, he was talking about the same thing that I've been saying for the last 3-4 fights before Tim Bradley. I heard Tim Bradley say it. So I'm thinking like, yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm confident what I see. I'm confident what I see. And it just seems to me as if he has a mental lapse. I'm not sure if he has ADHD or I don't know. Or he has a disability. He always has a mental lapse in the fight. Even when he fought the guy here, my guy here from Atlanta. Now, it was a fight that he was supposed to win, but he had a mental lapse in that fight. Against my guy Dre. He fought Dre. I think Dre last name is Smith, I believe. He fought Dre. He won, but he had a mental lapse. Now, I'm not sure if you guys see it or not. You know what I mean? That's just how it seems to me. Like he'd be having the mental lapses. And DJ, I appreciate you, good brother, for sure. It just seemed like that to me. You know what I mean? And I like Jahad Tucker. But again, I gotta keep it 1,000. I may not say everything that people want me to say, or and I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. But I gotta talk about what I see. And what I see is that Jahad Tucker have some mental lapses in the fight. It wasn't just one fight, it's been multiple fights. He'll be looking like a damn world beater, and then boom, it take a turn. It take a turn, and then maybe a round or two, it's back on track. It's like teaching a kid how to ride a bike. You know, they churn, fall off. They get back up, cry a little bit, get back on, and start riding again. That's what I be seeing with Jahan Tucker. Again, like I say, I'll be the first to let you know I did not see his last fight. I think he fought on the Trump Sister card. I'm not sure how long ago that was, but I know he fought on Trump Sister card because I know Top Rank at the time didn't have a TV deal, so he fought on the Trump Sister card. Other than that, you know, the last time I seen him fight was he was in a tough fight again. Michael Ray, what's up with you? Who else? And Just Do was good with you. E Holler was good with you. And saying that boy come out on top every time. Now, I'm gonna say every time, because one of those it was one fight where I thought he won, but I thought he lost, and then it was a fight that he lost. I thought he lost. Again, he and I don't give him a lot of outside of that. I really don't give him a lot of criticism. I give him a little slap because maybe those is growing pains because he's still young too. I think Jahan took it what 22, 24, 23. You're right there around Xander Zayas' age. So I give him a little mirror. I give him a little slack too, you know. And again, he's one of the guys, and it's very obvious what Top Rank does. You can see who's being match hard and who's not. You can see who's being match hard and who's not. And you know, no offense, Jared Anderson, you know, he was one of the guys at the time that wasn't being matched hard. Fought. We saw what happened, but again, I never thought that he should be in that fight with the African, right? When we look at the other heavyweight, former Olympian, just fought Frank Sanchez. That was a fight that I wanted to see how Sanchez was going to look because he was with Bomac, but I didn't think that he should have been in a fight with Frank Sanchez. They do a great job of matching their fighters. But I'm saying all that to say this. When you take a guy like Jahan Tucker, he's been match hard. You take a guy like Troy Isley, when he was with Top Rank, he was matched hard. Even what's the Olympian? I forget his name. What's the Olympian that they had signed? He took a break. He from Cincinnati. Light-skinned kid. They was matching him hard straight out of the Olympics. They was matching Haven Brady when Haven Brady was with when he was with Top Rank. They was matching him hard. They was matching Tiger Johnson hard. You can tell who Top Rank really like and who they don't. They didn't start matching the Xander Zayas hard until he went to 54, maybe like his third, fourth fight at 54. You can tell who Top Rank really like. That's why people always say Top Rank know how to move their fighters. They do a good job. You heard Tank say it. You heard Devin say it. You heard Shakur say it. You know, everybody saying the same thing. Hey, everybody can't lie. Everybody can't be lying, huh? Let me get down to the bottom. We were talking about him earlier. He has lapses and seems to have an issue listening. Yes. Dad be saying one thing and he be doing another. Or he'll tell Dad what he see. Dad say, do this, then he go do something else. I'm like, nah, Jahan Tucker, I know you ain't got no goddamn IP now, boy. Shit. Wookie Wook say, y'all right, he be doing that shit. I'm telling you. He fought Simpson with fights ago. on video. Okay. So I knew I wasn't tripping. So he fought Trump Simpson. What's your thoughts on tank training with Benavidez? I seen it. I don't know how true it is. Um, I don't even know if that's Tank real page that people have been talking to. I've been seeing the back and forth. I mean, Tank came back and started calling bluff. You know what I mean? So, um, I don't know. My boy 817, what's happening with, bro? I don't know what to make of it. I really don't know. I would say this. I don't see why train with Jose Sr. because I've always felt like the best I've seen Tank, the best and sharp Tank that I've ever seen on a national level. Because we only, I think he had 3 or 4 fights before he signed with Mayweather, maybe more than that. But since he's been with Mayweather and PBC, I've seen Tank look good with the coach down in Florida who trained what's his name? Amos? Ramos? Not Ramos. Shit. What's the black dude name that fought what's the black kid name? I'm close to it. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Y'all know I do this shit all the time when I'm thinking about names. What's the black kid name that the southpaw kid he trained? Coach Cunningham. There you go. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all know I do this shit every time when I get to think about too many people's names. When I get to think about too many people's names, I'll be fucking up. Yeah, that's the best I've seen Tank when he was with Coach Kevin Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham, that's his name. And Tank, yeah, Tank, yeah, he was very, very sharp, very, very sharp, and that's the sharpest I've seen him. Clean punches, very effective, and Coach Kevin Cunningham also had world champions at as a softball. So him training with Jose, I don't know. We got to see how it looks. Have they been in the ring? I do know that Jose, Junior, Senior, and David all down in Miami. We all know Tank is down in Miami. They be at the Box Art Gym. So possibly could be a good thing. I don't know. You know what I mean? But that's something we got to see how it looks. I don't think who's a southpaw that he's trained before is which colors Jose Venezuela. Was he southpaw? I can't really remember. I know he got a fight coming up too against De Los Santos. Was Jose Venezuela southpaw? Something in my mind telling me he was southpaw. Say, yeah, Top Rank maybe trying to get him out of there. Sanchez hurt his ass. Tiger Johnson, yep. Tell you, motherfucking true. Bro, I just be calling it how I see it, bro. That's how I be seeing it, bro. Our eyes see it too. Nah, for sure. Hell yeah. I just be trying to call it how I see it. I wouldn't be myself if I'm not telling you what I see. Again, and I can be wrong because it's just my opinion. Like I tell everybody has an opinion. I'm cool with hearing everybody's opinion. But get what? One thing about opinion, it don't hold no weight. It don't hold no merit because it's just an opinion. That's the great part about it. It's just an opinion. I like that Tank with camo, if true. Oh, okay. Say none of them boys want to see Tank. Hey, man. Hey, I don't think so either, bro. I'm going by, again, I'm going by what I've seen him do in fights, what I've seen him do personally. So, and he had a tough fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. I'm not blind. I think he did have a tough fight with Lamar Roach. We can, people don't like to give Tank slack, and that's fine. That's cool. I just think that was when he fought Lamont Roach. I truly believe that Lamont Roach trained his ass off for that fight. I believe Lamont Roach came to fight. I don't believe Lamont Roach wanted to be knocked out. I believe that he wanted to fight. I believe that he wanted to become champion himself that night. And unfortunately, it just me, Tank, focus or mental wasn't there. And that's, and I've been noticing that in like a lot of his fights when he's in the corner. He may be listening, he may not. Sometimes it seems as if he's not listening to Calvin. You know, he's looking in the crowd and things of that nature. I don't know, right? But it just seems like his mental hasn't been there. And hopefully when he comes back, we don't see that, we don't see that again. You know, and it's not a good look because I know what the kid can do. I've seen it with my own eyes. Lubin, and he trained Ammo Williams. He trained Ammo Williams too. Ammo. I said Ramos. See, I know what I be I know who I be thinking about, but I don't be getting it out. That's why I hate having a lot of names on my when I'm talking about people because I have to think about everybody's name. I know who I'm talking about, but I just can't get it out. I do that shit all the time. I hate that. Yeah, Devin Alexander and Corey Spinks for sure. So I think that Tank should go with Kevin, man. But the thing about it is, the thing about that, Coach Kevin Cunningham, I think he's a former military guy, and he's very, very militant. And that's why you saw Tank, even when you watch the build up to that fight, I remember seeing Tank eating like little sample size. This one Tank was blowing up at the fights, but he was eating little samples of food. Like they wasn't giving him that much. The chef wasn't giving him that much. Coach Kevin Cunningham would say, "Hey, we're going to sleep at this time. Hey, 5 a.m. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. We got 5-mile run. This time we're going to the gym." Boom. He's very, very militant. He's going to tell you what he wants. And if you ain't doing it, he's going to tell you to get the fuck out the gym. I've heard plenty of people say that. He always gave a motherfucker right. Gonna have a motherfucker right. He had AB in shape. He had AB in hella shape for sure. Even when AB left Coach Mike Stafford. I like a corner guy that's gonna be honest and turn his fighter up when they need to. Absolutely. Absolutely, me too. My thoughts were location. Okay. Sunday Zoo for main event. Absolutely. I still can't understand why senior though, and that what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, yeah, Venezuela was southpaw. It wasn't he created a champion, but he let Venezuela go too. So I don't know. I'm looking at the punch output. If that's where he's aiming for, then that's a good fit. We saw punch output with Coach Kevin Cunningham too, and I forgot to mention that, so I didn't mention that. So yeah, he had great output, punch placement, accuracy, speed, power, ring generalship, setting up punches, and he took the trash out. But as of late, we've been seeing a cruising Tank. When Tank fought Garcia, I thought that was a fight that shouldn't have went that many rounds. I really didn't. I don't think that was a fight that should have went that many rounds. Rayo, yeah, he saw Paul. Okay, so yeah, and that's probably another reason why. To beat Tank, you can't be scared to lose. That's why Roach did what he did. He wasn't afraid to lose. I understand that method too. I'm right there with you. Tank has a lot of outside game. And that's the part that people are so slept on when it comes to Tank. I think people rely so much on the knockout power that they miss the little subtle things that he does on the outside. Not outside the ring, but his outside game. I think a lot of people miss that. And somebody just brought that up not too long ago as well. I forget who it was, but that was like what people don't know because all they see is knockouts is that Tank can really box. And I've been telling people that he really can. I've seen it. I can see why he's distracted. Them other boys got too much to lose, too much on the line. They freeze up. Lamont was supposed to lose, no pressure. I feel that. Say former police. Who is former police? Former. Oh, you talking about Coach Kevin Cunningham? I know it was something. I know military or something like that. Say Tank fought Jesus Ciliar that camping, but man, put that boy in the dirt. Sound like Spitz, huh? Oh man, Jess, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, baby. Living life, Jess underscore living life. I appreciate you for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that for sure. Tank didn't box Ryan. He boxed Pitbull, Santa Cruz. Oh, when he fought Ryan, he didn't box. Well, he used boxing theatrics. That's what I'll say. Xander loses more than Boots. Xander only 23. What do you mean? What are you talking about? He boxed Barrios too. And that was another fight that I thought that, but Barrios is big as shit though. Good grief. Barrios is big. And like I say, man, if you ain't it Tank real life small, real life 5'5", 5'6" type shit. He had to find a way. It was crazy. And I told that on a live one day because leading up to that fight, they was in our gym. And I kept seeing Coach Calvin working on a hook. But to myself, I was thinking to myself, like, why are you guys throwing a hook? That's a tall motherfucker. He said, watch. You're going to see, watch. And I be damned. Shit. When he turned on the gas, he caught him with the hook and that shit. It was on. More to lose. No, more to lose, brother. More to lose, not loses. Barrios was just there for the money his last 3 fights. Now Boots had more to lose. Yeah, I think Boots has more to lose too, though. I really do. And I keep saying it because everybody's saying that Boots is special. Now I got you, Trey. I got you. I think Boots has more to lose because everybody is saying he's special. Everybody's saying he's him. And I've talked to my brother 817. I was telling him the same thing. I believe so too. And 817 to tell you, I was one of the first people stating, like, hey, if there was somebody who can upset the apple cars when Boots and not Boots, but when Terrence Crawford, when Bud Crawford and when Spence was on the collision course, I was saying, hey, If it's one person who can upset those apple carts, it'll be Boots Ennis. I've been saying that for a while. So I have no disdain and no malice and nothing against Boots. But when I sit back and actually look, all right, let me see who this guy's fought. Damn, all these guys fight at 140. Damn. All these guys got the same style. They ain't moving their head. They come forward. Boom, we got Karen. Oh, Karen. Oh, shit. Karen moving around the ring. Damn. Karen. Damn, okay. Karen running. Oh, damn. Come back to second fight. Oh, Karen boxing. Oh, Karen got a good hit. Karen touched him up. Then we go to 154. We Lima. Lima did the same thing Cussio Clayton did, Thomas Delorme, Sergey Lipietz, Romain Villiers, Evanesian, and who was my last one? Stanionis did. Stand right there, get hit. So based off those guys, they all got the same thing in common. So it was hard. It's hard for me to gauge, and that's why I say this is the fight. Now I'm not the only one feel like that. I think Boots feel the same way too. That's why Boots so confident. That's why he's so confident. As he should be. As he should be. This is the fight. That's gonna say, like he said himself, that's gonna say, I'm a superstar. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm special. Now people have the lights and the mirrors to say that. I don't think people had the lights and mirrors to say that before. I'm just stating what nobody else is going to state because they don't want you to know that, or they're not going to tell you that. So I'm not sold on Boots. I'm not falling for the flashy shit again. This brother got to show me. Hey, I'm right there with you too. Now, however, I am sold on Boots, but I just want to see him go to a different level. All those guys that he's fought, they was on the same level. They all did the same thing. Stylistically, they all fought the same. I just want to see him go to a different level. And this is the fight to do it. I just don't think it's going to be a knockout. I just don't. And I could be dead ass wrong. I want to see the IQ surpass the talent in this fight for real. I think Xander will bring that out of him. I'm right there with you, sis. I'm right there with you. He say Xander. I say Boots. Bro be making me nervous. Because again, it's not that I want to make it clear. I'm definitely going for the brother. I like the brother in this fight. But I also think that Xander can pull it off. Based off the things I just said. Said it comes down to listening. And I also think it comes down to using, well, Sid said, the IQ over talent. Because he's exceptional talent. Let's be clear. He's exceptionally talented fighter, for sure. But we've only seen him be exceptional talent fighter against that opposition of 6 guys with the same style. And those are just the truth. No hate, no hatred, no none of that. Just truth. So I wonder what color is it? Is that dude got some what is that, like white and like blonde and black or some shit? Look like something the hedgehog. So I picked Xander, but I think Boots got it. No, for sure. I'm right there with you as well. Again, I want to see Boots succeed for sure. And again, and there's some people out there who just, hey, Boots gonna knock him out. Boots gonna do this, and he very well could. Let's be clear. He very well could. He very well could. But I think for this fight, for us, what we've been able to watch, for us, what we've been able to see from Boots, his camp, being more of a personality this camp, being able to see inside the camp the different sparring partners. I could see, again, I said it about an hour and 30 minutes ago because of how long I've been on here. I'm gonna say hour 15 minutes ago, right? He brought Boo Boo Andre, and we ain't seen Boo Boo since he fought David Benavidez. I just was trying to figure out how is it that his fans were saying, "Oh, he gonna knock him out." It's Boots and 2, Boots and 4, Boots and 7, like it's game 7 or something. Oh, it's gonna be a late stoppage, and woo 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 woo. Man, Boots been training like a motherfucker for this fight. The boy was running on water, for God's sake. Now you doing all nah. This the thing I was saying. I'm not gonna say saying because I haven't said anything until now. But me watching everybody else channel, seeing how everybody coming back. Money, I was just getting ready to get to that too, Money. I'm glad that just popped up. And me seeing that, now I'm looking at all the channels, I'm paying attention, I'm watching. But ain't nobody mentioned that. Damn, he training hard as fuck. He bringing folks out of retirement. He got all the top-notch work. He running on water. We always seen him chop the wood. We seen that, but we got a chance to see him do some other stuff in the gym. I'm like, damn. Now his fans saying it's gonna be an easy fight, but on the other hand, I ain't never seen Boots train like this. I ain't never seen Boots train like that. Now, somebody lying. Cause Boots training like a motherfucker. His fans over here saying, "Oh, this shit gonna be woo 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 de wop woo de wop woo de wop," but he training like a motherfucker. Somebody lying. Somebody lied. You know, his fans ain't gonna tell you that. Cause I'm a fan too, but I gotta tell you what I see. I gotta tell you what I see. I like Xander. He got heart. Just one of them times his heart gonna get broken. He'll love again. Supporting the Puerto Rico team, just like offering his help for Venezuela for the earthquake. Yeah, I did see that. He was offering his help for Venezuela. I did see that for sure. Yeah, I did see that. I think he said that at the weigh-ins, I think. And yes, indeed, we're on the same page. It just feel like people are sold on Boots' talents. He's gonna have to show me more than just talent and flash. Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, and that's why I say, man, you can have it's okay to have a conversation. But when you just dicked out and fanned out, man, we can't even talk, bro. You think I'm hating when I'm not hating. I'm sitting here telling you I like the kid. I gotta see more. Well, people gonna say, well, how could you want to see more in 35 fights? Cause motherfucker, all those guys was coming up from 40 pounds, 140 pounds, fight him at 140, man. Stop it. Outside of fucking Karen, outside of fucking Stanionis, all those guys was coming up from 140. And then if you want to be honest, all those guys stood in front of him. He's supposed to take the fucking to the dumpster. Supposed to. Money. That's what I wanted to get to. I did notice that. Saying Boots' birthday just passed too. Woo! That boy getting his ass whooped around his birthday. That boy get his ass whooped around his birthday. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you got to put on, man. You got to put. It's his birthday. You got to put on for sure. Bro admired himself in the mirror, definitely feeling like he worked extra hard. Nah, for sure. And you can see it. You can definitely see it's visible. It's visible for sure. It's definitely visible. Can't take that away from him. Wookie, yeah, man. A lot of mistakes Boots makes are because working off talent, and it's worked thus far for sure. It has. I think I respect Xander in the moment too much to bullshit like he did with Karen. I don't think he bullshitted with Karen. Nah, I don't think he bullshitted with Karen because, like I said before, 2 times, fought him twice. Now the second time was a little bit better. After watching the fight three, four, five different times, it was a little bit better. But he also did the thing that he did when Boots get started getting touched and get hit with punches. He like to smile and talk. I ain't gonna say talk to the crowd, but looking in the crowd, smiling and stuff like that. And in one of those fights, you heard Bozy say, "Boy, stop smiling." And his chin is untested too. Yeah, I seen people trying to make a big thing about the beard. I don't have whether he cut it or didn't cut it. The only problem I would say, and mine is much different from what everybody else is saying about the whole beard thing. Um, uh, those those guys are. I think Xander might be an inch or two taller than Boots. So even when they're in the clinch, especially if Boots clenches on to Zayas or Zayas clenches on the Boots, however it may go, whether he's coming up to get him off of him or going down, his beard, some of those uh, follicles can get in his eye. That's the only thing about that. So I don't believe that the beard give you cushion. I've seen people talking about that. I've seen people actually crying about that. Um, that's the only thing I would say. I mean, I'm glad he cut it only because of the safety of the fighter. That's it. But it don't give you no cushion. It ain't saving you for getting touched up on the chin. Um, yeah, that's what I would say. And it wasn't to me. It wasn't even that long, or maybe he had already shaved it. I don't know, right? I really can care less. But it wasn't a big thing. But for the people who made it big, they wanted to make it big. They probably just wanted some clicks and some views to talk about it. But it was nothing big. It was nothing big to me at least. And again, it's just my opinion. Just do what's good. I think he has a beard. He just rolls them shots. Yeah. I just talked about that. So yeah, I don't. It ain't again. I'm again. Mine's is more so the concern with the safety of the fighter. You know what I mean? Whether they're in the clinch, trying to get him off of him, or he's trying to come down and clinch onto Boots. The hair follicle can get in his eye. Other than that, hey, it ain't. It don't save from getting hit. You get hit, you get hit. That shit ain't shit. It ain't. I mean, unless you got. See, I got nigga hair. I got nigga hair. So you let me grow mine out. That bitch ain't gonna mine ain't gonna grow. My shit gonna stay right here. It's gonna give me a little cushion. And mine hard, my hair hard, so gonna give me a little cushion. No, I'm just playing, but I don't think it give nobody no cushion. You get hit, you get hit. You know what I mean? You gotta understand those those gloves are so small. They look big on TV, but those gloves are so small. It's like having like you got your wraps on, and then like another pattern about that big on there. It's not even that big. depending on what type of gloves you're wearing. The only padding that I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but one of the gloves that has a lot of padding and it's obvious is Rivals. Yeah, it's in the garage. I ain't even fit to go in there right now, but I got some 8-ounce Rivals right now. They look small, but the padding on the inside is kind of thick. But those gloves are so small though, for sure. Yeah, I ain't hating on Bruce Talent. He just got to show me more this fight. Then I'm on deck for sure. Nah, for sure. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. It's so hard to be talented and not make it look like that. That's all you resting on because it looked different. The rubber has met the road for Boots. He got to be in name. He got to be in name fights from here on out. Yeah, yeah. And like I was saying, 817. I know you came in late, bro. One of the things I said was I would have liked to see Boots Ennis run to the smoke coming from 154. You gotta understand. Here we are almost a year ago. We might have what? Maybe 7 days away from when he first went to 154. I mean, 7 days ahead of when he went to 154 last year. So he went to 154 June 19th of 2025. I think Boots fought in, was it February or March? If I'm not mistaken, February or March of this past year. I mean, with this year, I mean, he could have fought anybody that was in the top 10, but he fought Lima. And to me, Lima had the same style as those other guys had at 147. I would like to have seen him run to the smoke. Now, granted, I do give him a bit of a doubt because he was definitely trying to work something out with Virgil Ortiz. Right? But Eddie got all those fighters, bro. All those, he could have went over to the UK or, did anything. You know what I mean? So, and Avanesian and the second Karen fight gave him the toughest work. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, for sure, bro. You already know. Much love and appreciation. I appreciate you coming through, bro. I should have texted you, told you I was going live too, bro. But it was one of them things where I was like, man, you know what? I feel like going live, man. I ain't got shit else to do. Boot knows. Boot knows there's a rule since amateur just don't get mention of pros as much of just to allow character. I don't believe in the cushion either. Mental games. Big dog, what's up? Big dog Willie, what's going on with you, bro? Much love, appreciate your Boots wins or Prime Sugar Ray Leonard. Man, Prime Sugar Ray. Prime Sugar Ray. I just think that Prime Sugar Ray skills was god damn. Man, Prime Sugar Ray skill set, he got the old school art. So he gonna lose a lot of parries. And the way they parry back then is a totally lot different than how they parry now. And those parries back then set up a lot of shots. And I think that Sugar Ray Leonard move his head and throw more feints than Boots do. But man, much love and appreciation, bro, for sure. Maybe dog, I saw you trolling Floyd Senior. No, I wasn't trolling. I wasn't. I wasn't trolling him. I was telling the truth. Like shit, he's saying appreciate Tank. They trying to get a deal done. PBC ain't got the money, but for as I understand, we gonna act like we gonna act like we know he ain't got legal troubles too. We know that ain't real. We know them legal troubles ain't real. PBC, and if you had me, PBC doing the best they can. Now, how is it? Now, look, you gotta look at this. How is it that PBC called the heinous if they ain't got no money? And this the second time. It's the second time with PBC going to negotiation with them because they almost had the rollers fight done before Devin said no. They almost had the rollers fight done before Devin said no. Okay, I have to. That nigga should be lying his ass off. It's funny. Oh, he was trolling. Oh, you talking about he was trolling? Oh shit. Okay. If Boots wins, who do you want to see him unify? Same for Zayas? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, continue unifying. Uh, hey, Fandor, Fandor, shit, Mel, Charlo, shit, Spence. Yeah, it's time. We don't want to continue seeing the same stylistically fighters. We don't want to see that no more. I don't know about y'all. I don't want to see that shit no more. I don't. Mm-mm. I want to see him go to a level, and I want to see him continue going to a different level. That's what I want to see. Yeah, man, Fundora, man. I just feel like he can be beat, man. Um, believe it or not, Lubin was on the right track at the first round. He was on the right track, but he got away from what Coach Kevin Cunningham was telling him to do. And Coach Kevin Cunningham was telling him the right shit to do. I'll never forget watching that fight. And I'm like, Lubin, what the fuck are you doing? He's telling you what to do. It was working. And when he started listening, you saw what happened. He knocked Fundora down. And then shit, he started doing his own thing again. Said Charlo want 10 mil. Hey, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. Shit. I don't know. I think Mel can beat Fundora. I don't know. Fundora will vacate if either wins. I don't know, man. Why would he vacate? I don't understand that. Why would Fundora vacate? I think PBC. I think Louis the Cougars want those belts. So we can't say Al no more. But Al gave all the reins to Louis the Cougars. He's running the show. That's why you hear when Eddie talk, he don't say Al, he say Louis the Cougars. I don't know if people picked up on that. So you gotta listen. So we can't put shit on Al. Said too tall, go up and wait for his size. I think he'd be making weight pretty damn. But why would he go up? But he'd be making weight pretty damn easy though. Who's he gonna fight? Shit. What's the champion name at 160? I'm really not sold. Now that's one champion that I'm not sold on. I'm not gonna lie to you. The guy that's at 160, I'm not sold on him. Said Fundora did dip out on Xander already. He did? No, I'm not talking about Laura. I'm talking about the other guy at 160. The Dominican guy. What's the Dominican get? What's his name? I got y'all know who I'm talking about. The Dominican kid at 160. Y'all know I know who I'm talking about, but I just can't get his name out. Y'all know I do this shit all the time. El Bronco. What's his fight name? What's his name? Carlos Adames. There you go. See, y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all, I know who I be talking about, but again, when I'm trying to think on the fly, that shit don't be coming. I know who I be talking about. I'm not sold on Adames. Like I've said from the beginning. Now, people, again, I don't just be talking. Did anybody know who Carlos Adames was when he was at 147? If you knew who Carlos Adames was at 147, raise your hand. If you knew who Carlos Adames at 147, raise your hand. No, that was me playing with this stuff over here. That's me. That was me playing with everything over here. Hold on. Let me see what it say. Let me get back to the comments. Hold on. Say, I never knew fought at the weight. Yeah, he fought at 147. Can't compare Adames then versus now. All right. Did anybody know who Carlos Adames was at 154? Did anybody know who Carlos Adames was at 154? Can anybody help me out? Can anybody help me out? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Anybody know who he was at 154? All right, all right, all right, all right. Jose Ramos, the only other champion. Now watch this. How is it that nobody knew who Carlos Adames was at 147, 154, and then he gets to 160, and he's just this monster? Where was this monster at 147, 154 to 160? I'm not sold. I'm not even sold on Shiraz. And I thought that Carlos Adames beat Shiraz. I'm not sold on Shiraz either. Don't get me wrong, they some good fighters. They good. I'm just not sold. I thought at one point during the fight when he fought J-Rock was giving him that work. I thought J-Rock stole a couple rounds from him. Hell, I thought. Damn, I'm thinking his name. I'm getting ready to mess up his name again. Southpaw kid, he just fought. I thought he gave him some good rounds too. I thought he gave him some good rounds too. So I'm not just talking out my ass. I think Shiraz is alright. He may turn out to be good. Adama is at 68 now. Right. Oh, yeah, he did go up. Appreciate that, Dank. You're right. He did go up. I think I do remember seeing that maybe like about a month ago, I think it was. When about a month ago he went up? I think it's about a month ago. I do think I very vividly remember that. A lot of decent feeders, but not willing to lose their. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot. It's been a lot of that going on. There's been a lot of ammo. Yeah, ammo gave him some good runs. Ammo gave him some good runs. But again, man, I'm just not so like that. You know what I mean? I do think that they're good fighters. I really do. I think Shiraz and Carlos Adames are good fighters. I'm just not sold. He's up to 68 now. So maybe he'll fight some guys at 168. There's still some guys at 168 who will take that challenge. You know, you still got Caleb Plant still there. You still have Caleb Plant still there. You still have what's the other kid name? The white kid. I can't think of his name. He was pretty there. I ain't gonna lie, like Caleb beat the shit out of him. That white boy can punch, man. If he went up, he's still listed as the champion. Ramos is the interim. Xander versus Zayas is like comparing Tara versus Jones, if you want me to be honest. Huh? Xander versus Zayas? That's what you mean? Xander versus Zayas. It's the same. It's the same person, ain't it? Funny he moves up when yo. Is that yo Ennis? Xander versus Boots is like compared to Tara versus Jones, if you want me to be honest. I kind of like that. Yo Nail. Yo Nail. Yeah. Yo Nail. I had to think about it for a minute. I kind of I catch a drift. I catch it. Yeah, Noel did. I think I do remember Yo calling his name. All I'm saying is Spence looks good. They got to see that boy. Any and all of them. Yeah, I'm excited to see Earl, man. I know Norman Jr. was telling me the other day when he was over at the house. When Norman Jr. was over at my house, he was telling me that matter of fact, him and his pops was over here. And he was telling me that Earl had been looking good in camp. He was just saying that, he been hearing what people are saying and things of the nature, but he said he don't see that. So that's a good sign. You know what I mean? That's a good sign. I saw Earl hitting the mitts the other day. Same thing he usually do. You know, Earl never shows too much anyway, so you just got to see. It's around the corner though. I read that one. Say the last guy who beat up Kyron Davis. Yeah, Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. I need to call Breadman too. I need to call Bread Man. I need to call Bread Man. I'm gonna call Bread Man in the morning. Cause I remember Bread Man telling me about boots. I remember Bread Man telling me about boots. And he was telling me that he's a generational fighter. Breadman he's always, contact me. But we haven't talked in about a couple months though. I haven't even been on here, so uh, I haven't talked to Breadman in a minute. I don't even know who that is. That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't even been on here. I haven't went live in a long time. No, you ain't gotta chill, man. I don't even know who that is. I really could care less. But be honest about what? What I'm not being honest about. That's crazy. Man, I don't even know who you are, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man? I don't want to talk to nobody, bro. Like, what do you mean? I ain't been on this motherfucker so long. I don't even know. I don't even know how to send a link no more. I ain't been on this motherfucker so long. Listen. I ain't been live and down there almost a year, bro. I ain't even. I don't know who you talking to, what you talking about, bro. Man, you know me, bro. I, I don't know you, bro. So you can go ahead on with all that, bro. So I ain't even been on this motherfucker a whole year, bro. It's my first night back, and here you come with the bullshit. Go run to that with your bitch, man. Yeah. So yeah, man. I can't wait for tomorrow, man. I think we're gonna again. I think we're gonna see Boots go to another level. I think we're gonna see Boots go to another level. I think I think he has no choice but to go to another level. And the reason, again, I think he has no choice to go to another level simply because he's not fighting the same. He's not fighting the same stylistically fighter. So he's definitely got to go to another level. But at what temperament is he gonna do it? You know what I mean? At what temperament is he gonna do it? It remains to be seen. Again, I think this. I do think the fight goes the distance. I could be wrong. I think it could go either way. I think it could go either way. Boots can get his shine on for sure. I think Xander Zayas can get his shine because Xander Zayas he's very peculiar body puncher. So I don't know, man. Like for as the winner, it's hard, bro. Show up or show out, yeah, for sure. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think, and again, I'm with DJ on that Jahad Tucker fight. I think that's gonna be a fight because they always match bro tough. They always match him tough. And I think I always get the vibe from Jahad Tucker, whether he has mental lapses or not, he's always coming to fight. So that's gonna be, you know what I mean? That's gonna be a tell in itself. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a tell in itself. So I can't wait to see that fight. Ain't one of the Vargas brothers fighting tomorrow? Is it Emiliano? What ain't one of the Vargas brothers fighting tomorrow? Because while you playing, Why y'all and nobody probably talked about this, but Bryce Mills, white boy, that some bitch can fight. For real. Yeah. Yeah. Bryce Mills can fight now. Hey, Bryce Mills can fight. Hey, hey, white boy can fight now. White boy can't jump, but he can fight. white boy can fight now. Yeah, white boy can fight now. So I don't know, man. That's shit. I'm looking forward to that fight. I gotta look at the lines. Hold on, let me look at the lines on that fight. Yeah. Let me look at the lines on let me look at the lines on that fight right quick. Aunt McQueen say, yeah, Boots is a good counter puncher. Reactive, reflexive, based on what I've seen from both guys. I'd be more inclined to think Xander would be the one utilizing lateral counters. I like that take, Aunt McQueen. Tay Breezo, I see your tweet, bro. I don't be getting notifications. Aunt McQueen on Twitter. Yeah, Aunt McQueen, I'm a guy, man. So yeah, man. Oh, Bryce. Oh, what I said. I'm gonna look at the lines. I'm tripping. See, I get to doing too much sometimes. Let me look at the lines right quick. I already got my money loaded up because I hit some baseball plays today. Boxing. Let's go to boxing right quick. And let me see. Let me see what they got on that fight. Ben Whitaker fight tomorrow. Yeah, Ben Whitaker on the card too, right? It's his first fight in America, right? Yes, indeed. I thought I was blocked too. What you mean? Blocked from what? Blocked from what, bro? Hey, they got the Jahai Tucker fight versus Yuri Sendo 115, 115. So basically they saying it ain't no dog. But I'm gonna watch that line. Matter of fact, let me screenshot that. I like that. Y'all know I gamble a lot, so I like to screenshot my lines. Ooh, shit. They got Emiliano Vargas minus 2,800 versus Bryce Mills. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Nah. Nah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Like, they got Emiliano Vargas minus 2,800 to Bryce Mills at plus 1,100. Man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I might have to put like a little dub on that motherfucker. I might have to put like a dub on that motherfucker there, man. Bryce Mills ain't bad, bro. Like, he really ain't. I don't think Emiliano was like that. I think he got potential to get like that, but I don't think he like that, you know. I was talking about when we couldn't see Buddy chat from Twitter. Who? Me? Xander Zayas is plus 325. Jaon Ennis is minus 500. I think those lines should be a lot closer. That's just me. I guess so. I guess so. Because it ain't. Hey, ain't no way in hell Emiliano Vargas is supposed to. Man. But that Jahad Tucker and Sendo, I'm gonna watch that line because both at minus 115 right now. Vegas pretty much saying shit. This is dead even fight. Ben Whitaker. We got to see Ben Whitaker fight. We got to see him do his thing. We gotta see Ben Whitaker do his thing, man. I don't know about y'all. So what's going on, bro? What's up, DOG215? What's good with you, bro? Said bet in the house on the Xander. I wouldn't say bet the house. I would just say throw a little something on him. You know what I mean? Don't go crazy. And look, but hey, I can't tell another man to do with their money though. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell another man to do with their money. I'm looking at the said what if fight go the distance? One I think the fight going the distance, man. That's just what I think though. But see, this is why I like this fight so much. The reason why I like the fight so much is because if I put it like this, if there was going to be a stoppage, it'll be a stoppage late. It'll be a stoppage late. Um, I say like maybe 11, 10, 11, 12 rounds, probably like 11, 12 rounds, somewhere along in there. That's what I would think. That's what I'm looking at for as my odds. But the one thing about the odds, they change throughout the night. And that's why I said I was going to screenshot because I want to see where these numbers land in the morning. I just screenshotted it the over the rounds. So you're getting pretty much dead even over under 11 and a half rounds. I mean, shit, that's a good bet for the people. I'll put it like this. If you think that the fight not going the distance, bet the over 11 and a half right now at minus 110. If you think the fight going the distance, you getting that motherfucker at minus 120. Either way it goes, shit, you throw $120 down on the over, you're gonna win 100. You throw 110 down on the under, you're gonna win 100. So it's really like a win-win situation for real. It depends on how you feeling. But only thing I would say is just watch the odds. That's what I would say. It's really some money you can make out this motherfucking fight. You know, shit, if you think Boots gonna knock him out, plus 110, getting plus money. You think Xander Zayas gonna knock him out, plus 1,200. $100 to bring you back $1,200. You know what I mean? You think that Xander Zayas win by a decision? It's plus 675. Put 100 down. Shit, you're gonna get 675 back on top of the 100. So you're gonna look at what 775. So it's some money to be made in the motherfucking fight, man. It depends on what you like. You know what I mean? And again, I can't tell people who to bet on. You know what I mean? I can just say what I like. And shit, if I had a bet right now, I'm betting the fight go the distance. I'm even looking in now. I can bet the fight go the distance, right? Let's say this. I can bet the fight go the distance, right? But I for minus 120. But I can also come back and say, well, shit, I think the fight can be a late. I think that I got a little intuition telling me the fight can be stopped in the later rounds. So even though I bet it 200-300 on the over, I could still go back and put like $50 on the late round stoppage. Well, I'm not gonna say 50. Let me say I put like 150 on a late round stoppage. The same $200 that I put out, the same $300 I put out, I can down there make that back by betting the plus money stoppage. So it's really some money. That's just the hedge you bet. You know what I'm saying? That's the hedge you bet, just in case. You know what I'm saying? But you still can come out profitable. You know what I mean? So it's some money to be made in that motherfucker, man. So, man, I hope Papa Rock's being behind. I took Papa Rivera. Tay 43-48. Say I took Papa Rivera 7 plus 740 money line. Let me see what I got. Tay. Let me see what I got on this motherfucker, Tay. But if you getting plus 740 money line, bro, you getting robbed right now. Because right now they got Richard Rivera at plus 1,000. So if I was to put $100 down on Richard Rivera plus 100, if I was to put $100 down on Richard Rivera, I win back $1,000. So altogether, shit, 1,100. Said I'm out. Good night, man. I appreciate you stopping through, bro. This is my first night back, so I'm excited to be back. So, you know what I mean? I might fuck around, go live before the fight tomorrow too. So I ain't got nothing to do, man. And I got a little downtime, and I'm enjoying myself, man. I'm enjoying y'all keeping me company, man. I really do appreciate it. My first time back in down there. Shit, down there, yeah, almost. I'm looking at Bovada, Tay. Yeah, I'm looking at Bovada. And then let me see my other book, my personal book. Let me see what my personal book got. Hold on, let me see what my personal book got. Cause I be getting deals. I be messing with the legal bookie too. I be messing with the legal bookie. I like the legal bookies. Let me see. Let's see what I'm getting. What bro name is again? Rivera. Bro name Rivera. Let me see. Damn, who the fuck is all? It must be UFC. It's some UFC fights tomorrow. I don't know none of them motherfuckers. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't got no boxing fights. He ain't got no boxing fights on here right now. The only way he got on here right now is Jaon, Ennis, and Xander Zayas. But he ain't even got the eyes up on that. But yeah, I don't see Richard Rivera and Ben Whitaker on this app. But they're on my other app though. But I'm getting plus 1,000 with Richard Rivera. Y'all think Richard Rivera like that? I don't know nothing about him. That's why I ain't said nothing about him. I don't know nothing about him. Now, what I will say, they got the fight where the fight go the distance at plus 250. Y'all think Richard Rivera like that? I gotta go. Y'all finna go make me stay up about 6 o'clock in the morning watching some fights now. Man, I gotta see what this Emiliano Vargas and Bryce Mills gonna do, man, cause I think that fight gonna go the distance, bro. I might have to bet on that for sure. I might have to bet on that for real, for real. Bryce Mills a tough cookie now. He got some crazy power. Man, y'all gonna make me go watch bro tonight, man. I tell y'all what time is it, man? I'm gonna tell you what. We got to kick this shit off in the morning, man. See what time I'm gonna slide. I might slide back on this motherfucker. Let me see. Let me give you a time. What time I'm gonna slide back on here? Man, I might come back live tomorrow about 1 o'clock. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come back live about 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna come back live about 1 o'clock before all the fights get started. See if some of the odds may change so that way I can talk about some of these odds. Man, but look, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up for sure. I appreciate the super chats. I ain't had to say that word in so long. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. And I seen a lot of old people. I seen some new people, seen a lot of old people, man. Shit, for me to be back the first night, man, hey, we're gonna try to keep it going. Y'all know me, man. I hate doing this shit sometimes, man, because it just seems like you can't give your honest opinion or your honest assessment without somebody trying to go at you for your own opinion. That's why it's called my opinion. It doesn't matter what I say. And it's just like when I go to other people's channels and listen to what they're saying. I don't have to agree with everything they're saying, but shit, I'm listening. You know what I mean? I'm listening like, okay, well, I and everything ain't always got to be arguable. It just seems like this generation, people sit at home in their mama house and, you know what I mean? Want to argue with you, pick everything else about you. So Cap Quest say Tucker versus Sendo gonna be a real squabble. Hey, I'm with you, bro. We talked about that fight earlier. Yeah, we talked about that fight earlier. I think so too, bro. Shit, Vegas, they don't even know who they got winning. Vegas don't even know who they got winning. So I'm right there with you. I don't know either. Laugh loud in their mama house. Yeah, man. People just want to argue about every little thing. I mean, damn, I can't have an opinion. Shit. I'm supposed to go along with the get along like everybody else? No. Why can I, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, why can I not just be for you and you just move on? Why you got to argue with me? That's the only thing I hate about this shit, man. People want to argue about everything. I'm not perfect. I don't say everything right. You know what I mean? I don't get everything right. I don't look to get everything right because I'm not perfect. And that's what kept me away for a long time being on this shit, man. Because, bruh, people make up lies about you some more shit, man. Well, yeah, man. I appreciate everybody sliding through for sure, though, because I was definitely up. And I told my boy Gritty I was going to go live. I know Gritty was like, what the fuck? You going live? Nigga, you ain't went live in years. But, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up, man. And 1 o'clock tomorrow, man. I'm going to try to trigger right. I'm going to try to pull back up at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Get a little bit more out. But I'm going to go watch these fights because y'all say Rivera got a big punch. You know what I mean? I'm going to check out Sendo a little bit. I'm going to check out I'm going to see some keys to victories. That's what I'm probably going to jot down. Keys to victory for all these guys. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Keys to victories and betting lines. That's what I'm going to do. Live betting line show. So with that being said, I'm out, man. Love, peace, happiness, and hello, world.
Before the paper, I knew they would say, and I knew by the looks on their faces. Niggas mad cause I did what they wouldn't do, say what I couldn't do. Look, bitch, I made it. I made it. Came a long way from the basement. Fighting on me, I ain't playing, y'all. These niggas ain't playing fair. If I would've known better, I'd do better. Took some mess and I learned from a new level. Bought some new shovels and some new stressors. And I'm ready for war like whoever. They counted me out, they can't count it all. Cause little nigga, I ball. I put them points on the board every time that I shoot, I'ma score, and you know I'm a dog. I'm really appalled, don't need no applause. I know I'm a legend, my name on the wall. First record with platinum, my second with gold. Did it independent, no deal at all. And they said it's impossible. Got them high cause I did them without them though. I'm the same nigga slept on the carpet floor. Even back then I knew that I'd be poppin', so I really ain't trippin'. I swear I ain't trippin'. I got in my feelings and got me a million. Couple people I thought would be with me, but they not, so it's fuck all them niggas.
And then you next.